Hello, this is Mark Clement and I'm just doing a live stream. Sorry if it's a bit loud. This game is rather loud, and of course I'm in 1915 Paris, of all things, so it's not exactly going to be the most quiet of games ever. As you can see, this game is utterly fantastic to look at. You need a wheel, do you? Right, I've got a wheel. I'm playing as the lovely young lady Anna right now. This is one of those little puzzles where you literally need the right screwdriver to get the right thing to work. I think that's the one I need. Yeah. Alright. It's done. Right. One of my favorite parts of this game is definitely how you can read the facts on the game. Like, I love some things about World War One, not all things, as I'm doing history right now, but after all, I mean, it is a beautiful game. It is a really lovely game, and it really will make you break out in tears, that's for sure. It's not a game for the faint of heart. I mean, like, as I'm reading right now, it's got the Germans at the gate. It's talking about how the Germans stormed Paris in 1914, not 15. It's not, yeah, because we're 9 months earlier than the original game, than the original where we were. I just completed chapter 1. It was definitely dramatic. I love how they do this game, how they don't want to offend anyone, so offend, like, veterans that actually still might be around, even though there's very limited amounts. So they blank out their faces, but they give you all of the facts, and you collect things in order to get a better understanding of the war, such as how taxis were back in the day, the World War One, or the Great War, as everyone likes to call it. Right, but as you can see, this is Paris, France. There's the Eiffel Tower in the background. Everything around this game. Looks like I'm needed. Looks like I'm needed in the homestead. Look at this. As you can, every face is blanked out, but you can see so much character in them. Alright, let's go. Alright, this is a tense moment. Don't worry, little girl, don't worry. I'm gonna help you. Don't worry. Yay! Can I borrow your water bowl? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal from you. Let's see if there's anything I forgot. What upstairs? Look at this. Fine craftsmanship. You can definitely tell this is Paris in the early 20th century. It's bloody beautiful in here. Yes, and as you can see, a lot has changed since from. Yep. All the voices may have been a bit muted, but everything is definitely self-explanatory. I really don't need to go into much detail by how amazing this game really is. Right. First of all, I need to get a certain wrench, monkey wrench, in order to get past this. But I need to find it. Do any of you have a wrench I can borrow? Give me one. Come here. Right, I've activated the water. Make sure I got everything. As you can see, as you go through this game, you'll get certain parts, like the newspapers. You'll get broken watches, which basically give you the brief outline of who owned the product and how they relate to the inevitable. It really is a very saddening game, but it's incredibly beautiful and incredibly insightful on a thing that people really don't like to go to. It doesn't care about whether, you know, It shows the Great War in the more positive but also extremely realistic point of view. It's not a game for the faint of heart, mind you. I mean, there's scenes where they show the chlorine and mustard gas killing people, and you see like the battlefield with bodies like piling up. It's not a pleasant it's for either side. I mean, really, it definitely goes into both realities. It shows that even some Americans weren't in it to the later stages. It shows that quite a few of them were, and how much respect we should actually give them in the war. Let's see. Oh look, this is a letter from a Belgian citizen in Paris. Dear parents, we fled our land before German advance to take shelter in France with the children. Unfortunately, the Germans kept coming forward and Paris is practically under siege. Paris falls, we shall return home to Ludwig, your daughter Marilyn. It really does make you want to tear up by how saddening this game can honestly get. It's not for everyone. I mean, really, I love it because it definitely it paints a darker picture, but also a very beautiful picture of how the world goes, but also put some humor into it. I'm about to show you when I get the water for the car. See, the music is upbeat, everything looks so pretty. Right, here's one of the funnest comedy segments of the game. Even though you're being chased down by soldiers. See, the music is literally so upbeat. And it's a comedy segment, basically. It's can music, as if you couldn't have told already. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh yes. And now we're even turning into a ballet. It's beautiful. Certainly fantastic how they can do this with so little graphics. You definitely get the raw intensity of the music with this. And hey, I only got damaged once.
September 7th, 1914. Taxis drove all night. Anna was proud to help the soldiers reach the front line. When Anna arrived at her destination, she discovered the horrible truth with her own eyes.
Right. This is what when I warn you, this isn't going to be pleasant, what you're about to see. You're seeing the Battle of Maine, 1914 till 15. And how literally you have to help everyone. As you can see, dead horses, there's piles and piles of corpses, cannons broken, explosions everywhere. Don't worry, oh dear. It's not pretty, but they do it as tender as they can, so you know. It's not completely dark, but as you can see, he's okay. Everything's alright. He's not gonna die, he's not gonna get septicized. He's not gonna become septic or anything.
7 months went by. Driven by compassion, Anna devoted herself, body and soul, to healing the wounded and the sick.
Look,
Every
actual
life
blood
saved
and...
was another small victory over the war. The conflict, however, raged on.
This game is truly something to marvel at. I mean, really, whoever made this really knew what they knew their source material. It's Ubisoft, I know. I mean, they're not always the best for their historical accuracy. I mean, hell, they made the Assassin's Creed franchise, but this is definitely one of their best choices for a game. I couldn't ask for anything better, to be honest. Right away, sir. Don't worry, I'll help them. As you can see, this game is truly... Right, what did I just pick up? Oh look, I picked up a nursing manual. See, this is basically these little trinkets of the war are basic. Everything dropped by specific soldiers or nurses or anyone, and it gives you a broader outlook on how the conflict is. I mean, other than the short cutscenes, which are really well done, you may not hear much voice acting, but it's really, really something special. Hey, this game really goes through like 5 different people's perspectives and how they all intertwine. I mean, really, how you have the old French gentleman that even though he's too old to go into conflict, he's forced into it, and then he meets Freddy, his American friend, who basically make a lifelong connection that can't be beat. I mean, Freddy has his own baggage where his wife died in a raid when he was in France, and all he wants to do is make the person who did it to him suffer. It really does bring a tear to the eye sometimes. I've cried several times playing this game, and I recommend, if you want something that's a tearjerker, but at the same time something you can honestly relate to, this game is the one for you.